What is up, my dudes and dudettes? Welcome back to the Cadenator channel. I'm the Cadenator, if you did not know. Wow. Oh, it's Hunter x Hunter. It's Hunter x Hunter again, baby. We're back with Hunter x Hunter. This time, rather than a 2, it's a 3 batch episode of episodes 8, 9, and 10. So yeah, 8, 9, and 10. Boom. Exciting stuff here. I think I probably could have just done a 2 episode with how good episodes 8 and 9 were. 10 was a bit of a... 10 had its moments of goodness, but not near as good as the first 2. Obviously, this time we're in phase 3. The entire this was a pretty good batch here, mainly because of the fact of episode 9 is in contention right now with episode 7 as my favorite episode so far, and I really dug it. Episode 8 was a good starter episode, obviously. Kind of introducing phase 3, the fact that basically they have to get down to the bottom of this tower in the time limit of 72 hours. So basically again, yeah, they just need to get down to the bottom in 3 days. They have 3 days to get down to the bottom of the tower. But it's not as simple as it seems. Poor rock climber dude just got eaten up real quick. Like it wasn't even just gone. They all kind of find their ways in the hole and whatnot, and this man, this man Tompa. As soon as I saw him fall down into the hole, I was like, "You've got to be joking me! Are you kidding? Like what?" Of course, it's freaking Tompa, who ends up teaming up with Leoria, Karapika, the group. Killua gone. Teams up with all of them, and they're going through this. Was the friggin' the game of majority rules, basically, where they kind of have to go through each stage of the test of the tower by going one by one through these challenges that are decided by majority rules. Basically, yeah, that's kind of how that happens. And the first place they come to, well, I mean, they do a few things, whatever. But first real place they come to, the first roadblock of the tower, is basically like a 5-on-5. Each one of them takes turns facing off against the prisoners of this tower, who serve as their obstacles. And if they can stall a group, every hour of those 72 is 1 year that is taken from their sentences. So if they keep them there for the entire time, as in this game, again, majority rules, 3-2, if the prisoners win 3-2 or 4-1 or 5-0, obviously, then the group will be forced to stay there for the entire time without any way of getting out, without any way of leaving. And that's kind of how that goes. And of course, they get 72 years of their sentences reduced. And oh wow, this begins a lot of fun. I mean, obviously, the first one, Tompa just kind of quits out. But then friggin' Killua just brings it all together perfectly. I said it in the reaction of actually that's pretty helpful. The fact that he just immediately quit out before he could get hit, because I mean, that just saves the time. That just saves time. And then he's going on about, then he kind of actually goes over his motives. He reveals to them his motives of yeah, I'm a rookie killer. I'm about to tap out. I don't want to be a hunter. I just want to continue messing with you rookies. And then, oh boy, and then Killua just flat out says, he's like, well, that dude, he looks like an ex-military or mercenary or something. So he'd likely start by crushing your throat, so you can't say you give, you yield, So you can't do anything now, because you have to admit defeat. So he couldn't admit defeat, and then he'd probably torture you but not kill you, so you can continue. So, I guess just for kind of sadistic pleasure, and also to just keep the match going, so it can't end, and keeps them there for the 72 hours. So, and I'm like, man, that's kind of messed up. But Tom was like, yeah, that's something I also took into account. Um, but that's not what we're getting into, because obviously, yes, Golem, the candle, set one of the candles in freaking like a gasoline, which caused it to melt faster. Because like he's like, I can't beat you here, and you can't beat me in a battle of wits. How about we do something that doesn't need either? Here's two candles. You want the longer one or the shorter one? And we light them on fire, and he's like, and Gon's like, yeah, because the longer one's gonna burn faster. Well, it's covered in gasoline. Which, if he chose the shorter one, we find out that he would have also been covered in gasoline, because he had two pairs. So no matter what he chose, no matter what Gon chose, it would end up being the one in gasoline. He got lucky though, because he goes, looking at it, I'm gonna take the one with the longer stick, because it's gonna be, it's gonna burn. It's gonna take longer to burn. And if he would have gone for the shorter one, it likely would have gone out before he had the realization. If a small gust of wind comes by when the flame is so high, it can't be put out. It won't be extinguished. So, using Gon's his true big brain, puts down the candle, dashes toward the other guy, and blows out his candle. And I'm like, that's genius. Gon's great. I love Gon. That's something that I think I've really taken from this show, is that I love Gon. I mean, I don't know if he's my favorite character. I think Kurapika is still my favorite character. He was before, for sure, but after episode 9, I think that was such a cool moment, dude. The freaking okay. I couldn't get over. So, for those of you who don't know, since I assume you don't know, I mean, you may know. Obviously, you can look in the background of my videos at my last place. I don't have my posters up yet. I've been waiting. I don't know why I haven't put them yet. So, but I'm a big fan of One Piece, and the dude who Kurapika is fighting, is voiced by Frankie. So the entire time, it was just so difficult to listen to him. And I say it again, I also say that in the reactions. I can't do it, but even after I say that, it just continues to be difficult, because I'm just like, I'm hearing Frankie and Bon Clay. Like, I can't unhear it. I'm sorry. It's just such a distinct voice, it's just the voice, And I'm like, yo, that's him. That's the dude. I can't remember his name now. I apologize. I say it I say that in the reaction. I looked it up during. I paused the episode and looked it up. Yeah, the same guy. So yeah, One Piece, which I actually think One Piece episode 1000 came out today. I might need to watch that. I probably won't watch it for a video. I definitely won't watch it for a video, but I might need to watch that. So, but the dude, he doesn't want to fight, basically. And he plays tough, and none of them are really scared by him. I mean, at least Killua, Kurapika, and Gon aren't really. Tompa and Leorio are just like, he's big, he's strong, he's talking like he's gonna kill him. But none of them are like, well, I don't feel like he'd actually hurt somebody. Like, he doesn't scare me, And then, oh my god, then this happened. So he mentions, after he shows off the tattoo, that he has steel in his arm. So basically, he punches the ground. It punches through the ground. He's like, yeah, intimidation factor number 1. That's the one ace up my sleeve. The other one, and turns around and shows off a tattoo of a spider with 12 legs and a skull on its back. To which I go, whoa, what is that? I thought it was like an actual spider or something. Just unmoving spider. Kurapika seemed shook by it. Um, but then they mentioned it's a tattoo, and I'm like, okay, it's a tattoo that is the symbol of the fucking Phantom Troop. To which I go, oh, that's a big deal. That's a bigger deal than just some massive spider on this dude's back. Whoa. And of course, it's Kurapika. And I'm like, oh, shoot. Oh, no. Oh, no. He's going to kill him. He's going to kill poor Frankie. You know, run, Bonchan. Run. You're going to die. And Kurapika just like loses it. Not really even loses it, because I guess he was able to somewhat control his rage. It's still there, but he controlled it in a way to where he didn't just straight up kill him, because he says afterward, you know, he straight up just nabs the dude by the face, decks him, knocks him out with one punch, like he's Saitama. Like, I mean, except Saitama would just explode the people. But, you know, full on, one punch, boom. And he says, yeah, things to note. One, yeah, an actual member of the Phantom Troop will have their number on the spider. So, yeah, okay, so he's just impersonating somebody in the Phantom Troop. Or he's impersonating a member. You know, being a member. Number two, because the dude comes out, like, with these friggin' hearts on his, tattooed hearts on his chest. It's like, I've killed 19 people. You're giving me my 20th. Because I hate the fact that 19 is such a uneven number. And Kurapika to respond to that, he goes, number two, real Phantom Troop members don't bother to count how many people they've killed. And number three, if you ever try to act like a member of the troop again, I will kill you. Oh, with the friggin' scarlet eyes. Yeah. And I'm like, yo. And I mean, that's some serious... And you're like, wow, revenge story. But then you kind of realize, though, I think... And I loved this. I loved this because it kind of made you think about more of a real, like, PTSD. Because it goes from... And it's kind of played a little bit for laughs. But then you kind of think about it, this is something we see so much in shows in general, but in anime. The revenge. I need to get revenge for my master or my parents or whoever. For, you know, the whatever, you know? The friggin' Uchiha clan, you know? I need to get revenge. I need to kill Itachi. You know, there's so many revenge stories on many levels in anime, and you don't really think about this, about truly the PTSD of it all, until and this is one of those things that I thought about after. I'm like, because Kurapika goes, even when I see normal spiders, I tend to lose my shit a little, and it kind of makes you go, and that was something like they're like, well, good thing you told us. Tell us sooner next time. I'll keep you away from spiders. Jeez. But then, you know, it's like, haha, funny. But then, man, this dude is seriously, again, full on, you know, post-traumatic stress. Like, to the point where he sees something associated with it. You know, that one thing that just, like, just a spider. A normal spider. You know, the friggin' has 12 legs, a number, skull, whatever on the back. Just a normal, everyday spider makes him lose it because of that. Because it just reminds him of it. So it's one of those things that it feels like they're definitely going on a deeper level to his trauma. And I like that. I like that it's not just, I will get revenge. It's straight up, it's affecting me in my daily life. Like, not even in that way of I want to get revenge. It's just something like I can just be doing my thing, and then friggin' little wolf spider and Scarlet, like, and we actually got to see a nice little close up on the actual eye. And I mean, I wouldn't kill an entire clan for their eyes because of how beautiful they are, but man, those eyes are beautiful. Like, that was actually really well done. It almost looked like there was like it was like a mini universe. It's like circulating through the eye. I love that. That was good. But yeah, he just completely decks the dude, knocks him out. And then we get to episode 10, where we actually see some stuff with Hisoka. And I'm like, we haven't seen really a lot of stuff with Hisoka since episode 5. Um, but yeah, and he goes into this cell and straight up kills a dude who I guess he had history with, because he gave him the scars on his face. And he passes. He becomes the first to pass. What, 6 hours? I'm like, they gave him 3 days. This dude had it done in 6 hours. That's impressive. That's impressive for Hisoka here. Then we get back to the meat and potatoes of the matter. And Leorio's going to go out, and the chick he's going up against goes, oh yeah, he's knocked out. He never really gave up, and he's not dead. So, actually, yeah, the match is still going on between him and Kurapika. And, they're kind of trying to discuss, do we kill him? Do we wait until he wakes up? And then we get, I do like Leorio. I like him less than Kurapika, Gon, and Killua. He's probably my least favorite currently, but I do like Leorio. I do. But that being said, he's not really my favorite. This was a moment though. Like, I really liked his friggin' when they perfectly reveal his motives. This was that was good. This was amazing. This is my favorite by far character moment for Leorio when he goes, okay, I think he's dead. To which she goes, okay, let's gamble a little bit. Turns out she trafficked illegal animals and was a gambler. That's why she's in prison. And she goes, okay, let's do a gambling game. We'll bet 50 hours each. Whoever runs out of hours, that depends. If we lose, we get 50 years added to our sentence. If you guys lose, you lose 50 hours. Deal? Deal. Alright, cool. So, they start off, it's like, Lura's like, okay, I'll bet 10 hours that he's actually still alive. Even though he was talking about them being dead, he's still alive. And he goes, okay. And she's like, okay, now it's your turn to bet. What do you want to bet on? And he goes, I bet that he's not even unconscious right now. And they kind of go through back and forth. He grabs him, picks him up, puts him out, and obviously we find out at this point that he's just been acting unconscious since he woke up. They put a little note there that said, hey, just stay unconscious. Don't even act unconscious. Or don't even act like you're conscious. So put the note there. He put it in his mouth. To make them think he might have been dead, so they kind of goad him in this game, and he puts him over the edge, and he says, okay, if he's alive, obviously, he will stop himself from falling. If he does fall, if he is truly unconscious and he does fall, well, the match is over. But just to make it a little more fair, if he is unconscious and I do drop him from here, you guys win the match. But obviously, in that situation, Leorio kind of really set... That was so good about this scene, is Leorio set himself perfectly to win either way. Because it's either he gets put down, basically she kind of goes back, she's like, okay, I'll bet 40. I'll up you with 40 hours. All I have left, all in, that he is not unconscious. And Leorio's like, okay. So basically, in this situation, it's either he stops himself from falling, and Leorio loses 40 hours, but they get the win. So they go up 2-1. If not, then they lose the last one, but he's up 80-20. Or he's not even up 80-20. He's up all of it, actually. Now, I was thinking he was up 80-20 for a second. He wins. So it just goes 2-2. And it goes to the tie. So that was really smart by Leorio. And Leorio says, yeah, I could tell he was awake. I'm actually practicing to be a doctor. all I could tell by the eye movement, by just looking at his eyes. And I'm like, oh, that's so good to weave in the fact that he's a doctor. Again, my favorite Leorio moment, they end off with the 80-20. I thought they were going to end, like, after this. I thought they were going to go Leorio's fight and then Killua's, but they kind of went a little off with Hisoka and then continued on with Leorio's from there. And we're continuing it. We're going to continue that into episode 11. And that's basically, I kind of just recapped the entire thing, but it's whatever. Again, I'm really enjoying this series so far. And it's just, wow, it's kind of crazy that we've come this far, you know? Because I remember I first tried this in, like, early last year. Like, early 2020, pre-COVID time 2020. Like, and it just kind of never worked out because either the audio was off, the video was off. One time my mom just kind of walked into my room in the middle of it, and I didn't really know how to edit at that point, so I couldn't really cut it out. So it kind of caused that to be a problem. And then obviously I stopped making videos for a bit before coming back at the beginning of this year. At the end of last year, beginning of this year, where I finally actually made that episode happen. And then the 9 months between February's uploads and now, it's just been such a long journey, and the fact that we finally made it to double-digit episodes this time, it just feels like I've made so much. I feel like I've made progress, and it's great. And I'm really enjoying it, and I really hope to continue to make progress. So, but that's kind of all I have for this episode, for this video. Obviously, stuff's and links are in the description to each of the videos, each of the parts, each of the actual parts, and yeah, I mean that's kind of how that is how that is. So that's all I kind of have for this video. And next time we're getting episode 11 and 12. I might do 13. We'll see where we are. If episode 12 ends off on like a big enough cliffhanger, I might do episode 13. If it's like this, I made sure to do 3 episodes this time because I didn't do 3 episodes last time. So I made sure to do 3 this time in replacement. But like truly, if I would have done 7, 8, 9, or 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10, and maybe 11, I would definitely go into 11. So again, I'll do 11 and 12. We'll see if I do 13. That might be in the next batch. Who knows? But with that, I must ask you to click that big red subscribe button below to subscribe to the Cadenator channel today, and click the ringy dingy bell next so you can notify all my future uploads. Like the video, click that thumbs up button, it'll turn blue. If it does, that means you successfully liked the video. Give me thumbs. Share the video, share it with your friend, your best friend, your not so best friend. Share it with anybody. That's kind of messed up. I was going to say share it with anybody who has PTSD. Yeah, I don't know. Share it with somebody. I'm bad at coming up with ideas for this right now. Share it with any people who front like they're tough but aren't actually at all, like Frankie over here. Actually, share it with One Piece fans. Share it with One Piece fans so they can enjoy the fact that Frankie's in this show. And with that, I must bid you farewell. Adieu. I hope you all have a wonderful day, you beautiful, beautiful people. Bye.